Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to use SharePoint to create a list, to push the list into PowerApps, and then to visualize the list that you created using Power BI. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create that on SharePoint. So I go to SharePoint. Now I have got some sites set up. I'm going to create the site here, so this is right from scratch. So we're going to go personnel details is my site name, and I'm going to go next on that. This usually takes maybe about a minute to create. So the objective of this site will be to just populate a few people's names with some personal details about them, and really I'm just going to go for height, eye colour, and maybe favourite holiday destination. So we're now in the personal details site, and I'm going to hit new, and I'm going to go for a list here, and we're going to call it personnel details list. I'm going to hit the create button. This shouldn't take too long. Okay. So we have our list. Now at the moment it's a list with just the one column. So I'm going to add a couple of columns here. I am going to say let's have a single line of text. I'll just see if we've got some more, because really we want a number. Now that's it. So we want a number, and so we're going to call that, oh, interesting, height, and I think that's okay. We can OK that. So I've got my height there. I'm going to pop another one, which is single line of text, eye color. OK to that. And I'm going to see if I can rename this title field. I think there's a bit of a trick to do in the rename. So list settings, at the moment it says title. Let's see if we can, that's it. So we go into title there, and we're going to put name, and we should be okay on that. Require that this column needs information. Enforce unique values. I'm going to say yes on that. That's quite a nice one to go for. Index column, fair enough. And we should be good to go. Oh, I was going to pop one more thing in. I'm going to create a column in a slightly different way here. I'm going to put create a column from this menu here. And we're going to put favorite country. Just see if we can get a bit of visualization on that. So I'm going to say OK to that. So we have our list. We're going to need to go back to the list. So let's nav our way back to there. So we need to get to our personal details list, and I'm going to do a quick edit of that. So I'm just going to say we've got John, who's, let's say, 180, eye colour blue, favourite country France, and into that I'm also going to add Sarah, whose let's say height is 170, eye colour Brown, and favorite country is Scotland. So this is the way to just pop a few bits of data in there. Now the next part of the process is to demonstrate how you can create a Power App from a very simple list. So all you do is you hit the Power Apps button and you go to create an app. So personal details app. So I'm going to say OK to that. Now this normally takes maybe 3 or so minutes, because what it's doing is it's building an entire application for you, that anyone in your enterprise can use. So whilst that's building, I'm going to open up Power BI. Oh, we may be even close enough on this. Sorry. Now this is opened up in the web designer. There is actually a designer, a desktop designer, which is slightly better. I'll stay with this piece for the moment. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this piece here, and that's where I go into data, and the bit I'm on at the moment says created, when in fact I actually want just check this. Yeah, so there's my John and Sarah. So what this has done for us, it's given us this is our browse screen. It's created us a detail screen, so this is where we go into a single item, and it's also created for us an edit screen. So in actual fact there's an awful lot on these screens that isn't strictly speaking needed. So what we can do is we can go onto the browse screen, and looking at that, one thing that we don't have on there, I know it's a bit OTT, I'm going to insert, let's just see what we've got here. Let's insert so in this area here, I'm going to insert a label in this case, and all I want to do with that label is to populate it with the height. And it's clearly this isn't a thing of great beauty, but it's just demonstrating that it can be done really. So I'm going to move this across. You can see that we can size it in all sorts of different ways. But I'm going to quickly move on to, if I click on this, it moves us through to the details screen, but we're not on the edit screen yet. Now, in actual fact, I'm not really that interested in this. And if I go to the edit screen, this should take us through to the edit screen. And this is the bit that may be starting to get interesting. Now I'm going to delete out these pieces here because they aren't that interesting to me. I mean, they may be interesting to you. And if I X out of there, this is effectively like you navigating within the product itself. So I'm going to double click on that, and we should get to the sort of experience that you'd have in real life, so to speak. So back we go again. So what we have here is, if I hit the play button, this is what this is how the app is going to operate. So if we add another item, we're going to go for Alan with a height of 195, eye color, I don't know, let's go green on this one, and then we go favorite country, let's go with Spain, and I'm going to save off that, And what that's actually doing is that's populating, we should find, providing I've got things right on this, we should find that we've got our extra item in there. Now, and if I go and hit the back button on, yeah, so we're in the play mode here. So this is how it's actually going to behave. And if I go file, I'm going to hit the save button on this, and we should be able to get away with, publishing this any moment now. Okay, so I'm going to say publish this version. Publish this version. Clearly I've gone to absolutely no effort at all to make this a thing of perfection. So it's saying all changes are saved and published, which means that if we go to Microsoft, the Office 365 home area, then we have the opportunity to go into PowerApps, and we should see our app pop up. This would be the same sort of experience as you'd have on a mobile phone, and we should be able to go and pick up an app. Oh, yeah, there was one thing that I have missed out on that, and then you actually have to share the app with whomever you want to share it, so they actually get to see it on their screen. So here we go. I'm going to add everyone in my organization. I'm not going to bother sending an email invitation, and I am going to hit the save button. So its permissions are done, and that should mean that when we go to I'm going to move off this. If we go back onto this area here and we hit the PowerApps piece, or alternatively go down to PowerApps here, it's exactly the same, and hit PowerApps, we should, fingers crossed, get our app pop up because it's now been shared with us. Yep. Here's our personal details app, and the purpose of this app is for us to be able to enter personal details to do with height and so on. So what we're expecting is a sort of phone type experience. Here it comes. Right. So this is actually opened it as on the edit screen, which is not the desired effect. So I'm back on the PowerApps piece, and I'm going to hit this. It's probably a permissions thing, and I'm just going to hit open rather than the edit experience it was trying to give me. And this is more like where I was trying to head with this. So I'll eventually get the phone type view. Obviously all these types of views are customizable. Okay, so no edit to the app ability, so I'm hitting an extra person in there. It's gonna be Julia. Height, let's do 175. Eye color, maybe do another green. Oops. And favorite country, we will go for Germany. So save that. Okay. And if we go on to onto our SharePoint screen and hit the go button there, we should see that pop up any second now. Okay, so we've made, so far we've created a SharePoint site, we've created a SharePoint list, we've populated that list, and then we've gone on to create a Power App, which we've then used to populate it further. So the next part of the chain is the Power BI piece. So I am going to open up Power BI Desktop. Here it comes. Okay, here is my Power BI. I am gonna go. I'm gonna dive straight in, get data. There's a few tricks here. I'm going to do the search on SharePoint, and we're going to go for a SharePoint online list and hit connect. The first thing that it's going to ask us for is the name of the site that we're interested in. Okay. So in anticipation of that, I'm going to go onto my SharePoint site. Now the way these work is you snip off the HTTPS, you get to sites and then you put down the site name, and that's about the best you're going to get. So I don't believe you can actually put in the full site name, or rather the name of the list itself, but we should be able to get pretty close from this. May have a couple of permissions pieces to go through as well any second now, although I am logged into the service, so that may well work in my favor. Okay, here it comes. Very exciting. Okay, so what have we got? We've got our personal details list. So if we click on that, and actually click on it, I'm going to hit edit on this because I wouldn't mind seeing what's going on in here. There's often a lot of data you don't even need, so we'll see where that goes. There it is. Okay, so what are the bits I'm interested in? Really only interested in these bits here. I'll keep the ID, and I'm going to right click, remove other columns. I could keep the bits and pieces to do with when they were updated and so on. I'm going to keep it simple. So remove other columns. Okay, height definitely needs to be a data type of a number. Where is that? Whole number? Yeah, go decimal number. You never know. And I don't think. No, at this point we don't create geographies. So I'm going to hit close and apply on this. My huge list of 4 items. Okay, not a surprise we don't have relationships with our one table. So I'm going to hit the country, go to modeling, and I'm going to let it know data category. We are going to go for country region. And so I'm just going to create some very simple graphics here. I'm going to go for this type of graphic. We're going to put the height into the value, and we're going to put the, well, they've got, this is interesting. Oh, it's title in here. I obviously didn't rename that correctly, so we are going to put that on the axis. And we've got our people in here. Wonderful. And we can also throw in a little bit of a little map in there, and we can throw in the favorite country under the location. Hello. Under the location, and we should have got, I'm pretty sure we had a Scotland in there. Just see where we get to on this, because they are supposed to, we're going to prop in the height, but it's not really for any good reason. Now, in fact, why don't we just put it on there? So the size of the bubble relates to the height of the person, which is obviously a bit nonsensical, but we'll see. Now, I noticed that one of them isn't going in there. There is a technical point on that. I don't want to go into too much detail on it. So I'm going to save this at this point. Oh, yeah, I'll save it. Personnel details demo. We'll go with that. We will then go to home. We're going to publish this up to the. I'm going to publish this up to the web. I'll put it on this. A little bit wary about this because I was not quite expecting it to sort of. I thought we had a different site here. Just do a quick check on the site name. Yeah, the site name should be personal details. It may be that it's not sort of propagating through at the moment, but anyway, if I'll just pop it onto this site. I'm going to put. In fact, my workspace is even simpler than that. So pop it on there. Here it goes. Up onto the web. Open it in PowerBI. And this is the PowerBI Service. Okay, sign in. Okay, in we go, and we should essentially see exactly the same thing. Now, yeah, that's fine. In fact, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my. I'm going to see if I can go to my app. So I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate that. So over we go. I'm going to go down to there, over to my my PowerApps piece here, because that was the whole idea of the effort. Here are my PowerApps, personal details apps, recent apps. I'm going to open it. I'm just going to add an extra person in and just sort of see if I can demonstrate the refresh cycle. So okay, so we've got, now I am going to go to this person here. I want to edit them because I'm pretty sure that I need to say Scotland, United Kingdom, which is just slightly bugging me. United Kingdom. Okay, save that. And then back we go. And then we're going to add somebody else in. We're going to go Jeff. Height, let's say it's 200. Eye color, let's say black eyes. And favorite country could be Russia. Right, and then we're going to hit save on that. That's now updated. We know that it's updated Sharepoint. The difference is I'd like to see it. If we hit the refresh now, I don't think we're going to see any kind of update at all. And so it's proved. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see about us refresh that now. See what it says to us. Can't refresh yet. That's quite normal. If I get edit credentials, and I'm going to hit OAuth 2 and then sign in. It's just going to be a normal sort of sign in. So here we go. So if I then do the refresh now, the mighty refresh of should be 5 items. And then once it sort of finishes doing its bits, then I will refresh this page. Actually, yeah, if I look at refresh history, that's not a good sign, is it? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so start at 24,343. It actually took it 3 seconds. And I think it took us a little bit longer to tell us that it had finished. So, and then if we just click on reports, what we should see is 5 items on there. Oh, I hope it sees 5 items. There we are, our 5 items. And interestingly enough, we're still missing our Scotland person. So you do get some of this sort of thing with when you're doing mapping and so on. And that's interesting actually, because Asia is goodness me. Yeah, that's obviously where it's decided the middle of Russia is. So yeah. So hopefully that's given you an idea of a pattern for how to use Power BI, SharePoint lists, and PowerApps. Clearly, it's a fictitious demonstration, but hopefully you would be able to use some of the pieces of this in the future. So do let me know how you get on, and if you need any clarification. Thank you. Bye.